Can you hear me? No, you have to unmute yourself. You're on mute.
So you just want me to talk?
There we go. Hello.
Okay.
Instead of us, you want to see the background. Check here.
You keep on talking about all these nice things.
And we're going to leave a bit to Cape Town. And we're going to the District 6 Museum. Well, when Mad Money and Nick said, like, yo, we're going to the District 6, I mentioned that you stayed there.
I was born in District 6. I'm not going to say the year, but it was in the 60s. And I stayed and lived in District 6.
So obviously the museum has been around for about 25 years. We were the first community museum in South Africa after 1994. But when you come here, people have a sense of belonging, because I think a lot of South Africans can recognize experiences. And a lot of District 6s, when they walk into the space, they connect instantly with the images, even though their specific image might not be on the wall.
I was under 10 years old when my grandfather told me that things in this country is not that great.
Now people always ask the question, why did they target District 6 then? Now one of the reasons was District 6 was a very cosmopolitan area. We had a lot of Jews, with other whites, Indians, Hindus, Christians, Muslims, Africans, Portuguese, Chinese, you name it. One big happy family, and that was a problem. See, the apartheid government, the National Party government, they didn't like that, because we proved to them that it can work, it's possible.
There's no more mixed communities. That kind of social connection that was just ripped from our lived experiences when we were forcibly removed. And it was a very traumatic time for everybody in District 6.
So when we came here, we saw the headlines in our daily newspapers. District is declared for white people only. What's going to happen to us? Where are we going to? We're going to be maybe separated from our friends, neighbors, and even our families. Many people died of broken hearts.
We lost our friends. Imagine playing with somebody, for most of your life, and now all of a sudden that person is gone. You don't even know where they are. And the minute people were moved out of their houses, it was bulldozed. So it was really a very traumatic experience.
And the day they demolished my home, I watched them in front of me, standing right there. Can you imagine? I cried, I was so angry, but nobody could stop them doing it. Now it's crazy what they did.
But do you remember what street you lived on, and is it still there?
We lived in Cannon Street. A lot of people, it's a very short street between Caledon Street and Anova Street.
I'm looking at the the map on the floor.
Yeah, okay, I'm actually looking at it right now. I wanted to ask you about the actual day of the removals.
Earlier on, before we moved, there would be a foxy beetle, right? And two white men would get out and they would have letters in their hands, and they'll just give the letters to people, and they'll put an address. We didn't know where we were going. We didn't know if we were going to see any of our neighbors again. These are people that were there with us. It was like our family. I remember I cried bitterly that day. That is what the apartheid government did. And then throw you into this godforsaken area where nobody worries about schooling and roads and transport and the well-being of the family.
I always knew the story of my mom and the forced removals in District 6. It's one of the first things really that she taught me when I could understand what happened in the country. And now we're in this place with it holds so many stories, and my mom's story is somewhere in here as well.
When I was 13 and I saw those things, and I thought to myself, this cannot be what we are destined for. I think that there is where there was a shift in my thinking Not that I maybe thought before 13, but I knew I wanted to do something to give our people a better life.
And the family vibe that she was talking about, I can really feel it in Noah's stories as well.
If I sit on this bench and the police catch me, they will physically beat me up and take me to jail just for sitting here. This I will never forget. There was a white man sitting there with his dog. You know, I'm trying to tell you here, they allowed the dog to sit on the bench. They wouldn't allow me. But this was very funny, you know. The bloody dog was black, that was my problem. If it was a white dog, I wouldn't have mind, you know. But the dog was piece black, you know. Whatever they did to us, this is what people can't understand when I say, we don't hate them. We forgive them what they did to us. We just glad it's over and that we are free of apartheid. There's lots of things we can do now that you couldn't do before, and that is really great, yeah.
I wish we could get to that point in today's South Africa.
Thank you so much for sharing the story. I just want to thank you, and yeah, I love you.
Yeah, I mean, like, the thing is, there's so much more I can tell you about.
I know, that would take the whole show.
Oh, this is going to be on the show. You must talk about it.
Yeah.
I hope, man, in my heart.